The challenge for the G20 at the moment is, in a lot of cases, to stop blaming their fellow G20 countries for the shortcomings of the global economy. The challenge is for each of them to step back and to be able to say, frankly, in the case of China, what can we do to boost the middle power, the purchasing power of our middle class? So in the case of China, what can we do to boost the purchasing power of our middle class? This is not as a result of foreign pressures. This is a debate that's going on right now in China. We work so hard, we export so much, the national income in China has been growing. How come it hasn't translated into purchasing power on the part of the workers? How come it hasn't translated into social stability as China transforms itself? Even the kind of social safety nets, for example, that people in the West have come to expect as a result of economic growth. Those are debates that are going on in China right now. And if China were to resolve those debates with the look to its own long-term self-interest, it would probably realize that an appreciation of its currency is in its own self-interest, or at least a real appreciation of its currency by increasing the purchasing power of the middle class in China. And that would not only rebalance China, but that would be part of the puzzle of rebalancing the global economy. At the other end, you have the United States and many European countries that have taken on unsustainable deficits, unsustainable public pension obligations, and a whole lot of entitlements in those countries, or sense of entitlements on the part of consumers, on the part of taxpayers, on the part of people that receive public support of various kinds, subsidies, pensions, and others. That maybe there's time to realize, or it's time to realize that there is an imbalance there also, and there's the word again, between the capacity of these countries to continue to provide at the level that they've been provided, and at the same time for the taxpayers not to pay the amount of taxes that support those obligations. Fiscal deficits is a major issue in the United States. It's a major issue in Japan. It's a major issue in Europe, and it's a major issue for them as well as for the global economy. If they don't address those issues, there's not only little chance of getting a deal here at the G20 on rebalancing the global economy, but those countries will be hurting their own growth prospects. And to me, the difficulty that the G20 is having is actually to persuade each country to do what is in its own long-term interest. This is the difficulty. Shift the terms of the debate from what can others do for us, or other people have to fix their problems, to maybe we all fix the one or two big problems that we have in our own economy in a balanced, coordinated way, and that will create, I think, that will ease tensions on the exchange markets. It will ease trade imbalances, and it will provide growth where growth needs to be provided, which is even more from large emerging economies, while the G7, G8 economies put their fiscal house in order. That's what I think needs to happen, and it's very difficult politically to implement those kinds of programs, but I think they have a better chance of doing it together than each leader addressing that problem individually in its own country without knowing that other leaders are doing the same. So that's the hope that I have.